Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles, and today's video is going to be a 2-month postpartum update recap video. I decided to go ahead and film this video laying in the bed. I am really exhausted. It's been snowing very, very heavily, so just looking outside the window and seeing the snow and feeling the cold weather, it kind of puts me in a tired type of mood anyways. Just kind of relaxing, watched a couple videos, did some editing, started some newsletters that I am going to send out on behalf of my business, badchickhair.com. If you haven't checked out my website, be sure to do that. I offer hair extensions and also business services. So if you're interested in hearing my 2-month postpartum update, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed, and let's get right into it. So, what I want to touch on first is I want to touch on how I've been feeling my body, body-wise, physically-wise. So in my last postpartum video, I explained to you all that I was still having some pain, which I believe is fairly normal. I had a C-section, and month 2, I can say that my pain has really started to finally break to the point where I really don't feel it. Before, when I would wear certain jeans or clothing that was a little tight around my waist or stomach, it would be sore. Now, not painful to the point where I couldn't wear the clothing. It was just really uncomfortable and sore feeling. So now I don't really have that feeling. If there's anything putting pressure around my stomach or my hips, I don't feel that pain. So that lets me know that it's a good time for me to go ahead and, if I want to become more aggressive with exercising, I can. So I've been thinking about getting a trainer, and I've also been thinking about just sticking with some of the apps that I've been using as far as exercise apps, and also watching some of the exercise videos that I've been following on YouTube too. Don't really know what I'm going to do, but those are just some thoughts that I had thrown out there. But more than likely, I'm probably going to continue using the apps that I've been using for my daily workouts. I say daily workouts, but I haven't been doing the workouts daily. I do need to become a little bit more disciplined, a lot more disciplined with that. If I have a long night with the baby, then I tend to not get up and do my exercise. Or if my son has a game the night before, then I tend to not get up and do my exercise. So just depending on like what I have to do that day, or what I did the day before, kind of dictates if I exercise or not, which I don't want it to be that way. So I'm going to become more disciplined in that area. As far as my cycle, when I first had my cycle, I was telling you all, like when I had my first cycle after giving birth, it was very, very heavy. And my second cycle was very heavy as well. But I can tell you the difference is I didn't feel as much cramping with my first cycle as I'm doing now. Like now, I believe this is going to be like my third cycle that I'll come up on in about 3-4 days. I can feel like the pre-cramping like it used to be before I got pregnant. So I'm not sure if that's a sign that things are getting back to normal, but I hope so, because I really don't like the very heavy bleeding. Like it really just doesn't feel comfortable. And it just makes me not want to really go any place during those days when I still, do want to go places to get things done and, just get out of the house sometimes. As far as, let's see, what else can I touch on as far as postpartum? My thoughts, my feelings, mentally. I feel like I am just really ready to embark on a new adventure as far as business wise. I don't really know exactly. I don't have all of my plans together as far as what I'm planning on doing, but I just feel really encouraged and I feel excited. I'm no longer feeling really before. I feel like I kind of had like a writer's block as far as what I wanted to do for my business and what I wanted to do moving forward. Not necessarily with the business that I am running now, but with with different business venture ideas that I've had. I made a video about this a few years ago, and I titled it, or I referred to it as business block, similar to writer's block, where you are an entrepreneur and you want to do something different or more, and you're kind of like struggling with the block of your creative ideas. So I feel like at this point, I just feel really encouraged. I'm not taking any Tylenol or ibuprofen or any pain medicine at this point. Like I said, I feel a lot better. And I'm just really ready to continue living my life and just be as productive and happy as I can be. I'm trying to think of anything else. I do notice that I feel a little bit more sluggish, tired when I get close to that time of the month. Again, like I said, my cramps are starting to come back. I am starting to also have more of a lower back pain. I had back pain before I got pregnant, but then it seemed like it stopped maybe like a year or two before I got pregnant for the fourth time. And now it seems like my back pain is back. It's lower back pain. I feel it very frequently, especially when I'm coming on that time of the month. And I don't know if it's because I just got the epidural 2 months ago. That literally could be it. I remember going to a chiropractor and him explaining that a lot of women that he saw had back problems and pain because of them getting an epidural. So the fact that I haven't had a baby in about 7 years prior to me giving birth 2 months ago could have something to do with my pain really subsiding and now my back pain coming back. I'm trying to think what else. As far as my weight, I can definitely say that I feel like I'm losing weight. I have not got on the scale. I don't have a scale in my apartment. My goal is not to be a certain weight, but I do think that it would be beneficial for me to actually buy a scale. So I'm going to invest in one of those. But I can tell based on the different clothes that I try, like I will occasionally try to put on clothes that I wore post pregnancy and see if I can fit them or not. So a lot of clothes that I wore post pregnancy, I can fit. A lot of them I still can't. And then my feet swelling has really gone down almost completely. There's not one pair of shoes that I have that I can't fit my feet into. Whereas last month, my feet swelling went down, but there were still some shoes that were a little bit more snug than I wanted them to be. And I was a little nervous because I was watching some other postpartum videos and some other pregnancy updates, and women were describing how their feet never went back down. And that is a chance, that's a risk. There's a chance that your feet swelling, may go down, but your feet still have, stretched to a point where you're not able to wear your shoes, or your feet went up another size or something like, or things like that. But that didn't happen to me. I can notice my skin. I feel like my skin has changed. I'm someone where I really didn't, if I didn't moisturize my face one day, I didn't notice like any irritation with it. Or if I would moisturize my face but not put enough moisturizer on it, like sometimes I'll put moisturizer in my hand and rub it on my face, and I would know that the moisturizer didn't hit every part of my face, but I wouldn't be able to really tell any irritation, or there would really be no bad side effects from it that I could feel or see visibly. So now I'm noticing that my cheeks are getting very dry. Not my whole face, but my cheeks get very dry. So I moisturize my cheeks a lot more than I did before. And then I also notice that I break out more like on my cheeks and like around this part of my face, where typically I really don't break out at all. But I have noticed that I've been breaking out more, like I said, around these areas. So I don't know if that has something to do with my hormones. I'm pretty sure it does. But that is something that's new that started this second month with postpartum. As far as sleeping, I am able to sleep a lot more. I'm actually sleeping through the night. My baby sleeps through the night most nights too, except to wake up to eat. Now before she would wake up, but it would be literally every hour and a half to every 2. Now she doesn't wake up that frequent. So I'm able to get a good night's rest. And then when she does wake up, it's literally just because she needs to be changed or fed. And like I said, it's not as frequent. So I can go ahead, feed her, change her, put her back to bed, and then I can sleep the rest, of the night. So it's not really, as much of me getting up and not being able to sleep as before with the first month. The second month has really been a lot easier in that area. I'm trying to think of anything else. Let's see, my bra size. I want to talk about that too. I need to go to get my breast size measured because a lot of my bras don't fit. Like I mentioned, the shoes that I had before, I can now fit those. Some of the clothes I can fit, some I can't. Most of my bras are really small. So I've been having to purchase different bras, and I've been kind of guesstimating what size, but I really am going to go ahead and get my bust measured because I want to make sure that I'm getting the right size. And some of the sizes that I've been guessing just have been completely off. But I can tell that my busts are a lot bigger. I did not breastfeed. So I was thinking that, you know, my milk, but by me not breastfeeding, my breasts would go back down. But I was doing some research, and some people were saying that they actually lost more weight and their breasts went down more when they breastfed. So maybe I was thinking the complete opposite, you know, me thinking that if I don't breastfeed, my breasts will go back down. And that's not the only reason I didn't breastfeed. I've tried breastfeeding in the past, and I admire people that actually do it. It was so painful, and it was very, very difficult for my milk to come out. So I decided to go ahead and do bottle feeding. What else? Besides that, another thing that I have noticed is my belly button coloring. Now, with my other pregnancies, the discoloration of my belly button didn't stay too long. After I had the baby, it's kind of like my belly button went back to its natural color. Now, with this being my fourth pregnancy, my fourth delivery, my belly button is really, the color hasn't come back. It's very still discolored, which, you know, everybody's different. So I'm pretty sure it's not too uncommon or unheard of. But my belly button definitely has been, it still is discolored, and it's still like a wrinkly type of texture. So I'm going to show you all what my belly looks like now. If you have any other questions, I'm trying to think off the top of my mind, a summary of my 2-month postpartum. And I'm sure I'm probably going to forget something, or there's something, some other things that I didn't touch on that I may have wanted to touch on, and I probably won't think about those things until the video is done recording. But if you have any other questions or any, you know, comments, feel free to leave them down below. I'm going to show you all what my belly looks like for the second month, and then I will come back to you all and close out the video. So all right, so you can see the discoloration of my belly button that I was referring to earlier in the video. And yes, here's what my stomach is looking like 2 months postpartum. And I do believe I have a little bit of bloating too, but this is pretty much it for my 2-month belly shot of postpartum. All right, so you saw what my belly looked like. Again, I have not been actively exercising every day. I'm not gonna say I have. I do need to become more disciplined. It's a lot easier said than done, I can tell you that. I've been drinking more water, but I have not cut out pop altogether. I just haven't. And I have been wearing my girdle and also waist trainers. Sometimes do I think that they've helped a little bit, but I think they would definitely help a lot more with reducing the size of my belly if I wore them a lot more frequently than I do. I am about to start my cycle in about 3 to 4 days, so I'm pretty sure I have some bloating as well, but I still wanted to show you all what my belly looks like. So if you have any questions, again, leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.